I was really surprised when I showed up to Stanford and I took a class on the private practice of law, and I learned that only 18% of equity partners are women. And what was even more concerning was that this number has remained really stagnant since 2006.
We've seen increasing numbers of women going to law school. What we haven't seen is that same critical mass of women coming through law school, graduating, going into law firms, and then succeeding to the highest levels of partnership or leadership in those firms. And so the question is why? It's not a pool problem. There must be something else going on. And so trying to figure out innovative, creative ways to get at that issue is really, really important.
The idea of the hackathon was twofold, really. Give people strategic, focused, intensive time to think about the solution, not just the problem. And two, realizing that when you're in the four walls of an individual law firm, there are certain things that will work and certain things that won't work. But what if we took everyone out of their four walls and had them collaborate on what might work as a community? And that's what the 54 different law firms did, is they worked together to come up with solutions.
What first struck me was the creativity brought together by Stanford and Diversity Lab of thinking to try to hack the problem of women in law. Folks took it very seriously. We spent 6 months working on this project. We had, tons of calls and meetings and lots of projects and subcommittees were created. And so watching the legal world meet a concept like the hackathon was very interesting.
The hackathon experience was really unlike anything I've ever participated in before. I've had the chance for 6 months to really work closely with top-level managing partners and high-level executives in firms, and then to be able to come here and present on stage in front of a large crowd with the general counsel of Pepsi and a lot of other really successful individuals. It's just been a fantastic opportunity to really get to talk to people about their ideas and solutions about what can really transform law firms in the future.
The hackathon experience was great. It was great to have different people and different law firms get together so we all learn about what we've tried at our law firms, what has worked and what hasn't. On a personal level too, I think it's really helped strengthen my relationships with associates because we'd have these monthly meetings and we can discuss the potential solutions, and I learn a little bit more about their experiences and their takes on diversity.
Today we saw a lot of teams that had many consistent ideas around what would advance women in those organizations, and we had introductions of new techniques for keeping track of that data and doing it in the moment on mobile devices, which is something I know most firms are not doing currently, that would allow people to keep information that helps them to evaluate whether or not their culture is a culture they want to have.
I hope hackathon participants walk away with the belief that change is possible, whether it's incremental or exponential.
It is really important that Stanford be in a leadership position when it comes to this issue because, to be quite honest, there's no other university in the world I have more confidence in when I think about the fact that we need an innovator and we need, again, a university that is prepared to put the right minds on the problem, to stick with it and see it through to the end and put the resources behind it that you need to see. There is no problem that I have watched like the Stanford team confront that they haven't been able to tackle. And now that Stanford's focused on this with Diversity Lab and firms from across the country, I have all the confidence in the world we're going to see the needle move a lot.